Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marlon Bright. I am a senior computer engineering major here at FIU, and yes, we got to adjust the microphone. And I apologize to those of you who heard this yesterday. Unfortunately, my FIU experience, well, I guess fortunately, my FIU experience did not change that much overnight. And I was not able to write too many other jokes as well. But if you'll just bear with me for the redundancy, I'll try to be pretty brief here. I'm from Marlon, Tennessee, a small town in the northwest corner of the state, just past the middle of nowhere. That's right, when you get to the middle of nowhere, you hang a right, go about 2 more miles, and it's down on the left. In my case, the question of why FIU can be answered by sharing a brief story. I graduated high school in 2005 as the president of a class of 133 in the only high school in the town. Early on in contemplation of what to say in my commencement address, I struggled to come up with ideas. However, I did know that I didn't want to say what every other class president before me had said. So I decided to talk on just the opposite, on being different and fighting conventionalism. So I began by paying my respects to the tradition of the night because building and respecting tradition is important. But I challenged myself and my classmates saying, what are you going to do to make yourself different and stand out from the graduate who sat in your seat the year before you and the graduates that will sit in your place in the years to come? Moreover, I was one of only 2 students in my class of 133 to leave the state for school. I remember one winter afternoon my senior year in the school cafeteria while eating lunch and discussing future plans. A classmate asked me, seriously, why FIU, why Miami? I told him to look around outside the window at the cold gray skies and the woods that surrounded us and try not to smack himself too hard. But seriously, as a National Achievement Scholar and a standout high school basketball player, I had numerous offers both academically and athletically. There were athletic offers from smaller, more liberal arts-centered institutions, and there were academic offers from schools with more established engineering programs where the opportunity to play basketball was a bit questionable. I found in FIU a place to really combine the two. I saw a place of opportunity where good students could come, leave their mark, and contribute to FIU's rise to the next level. I wanted to be part of this, not to mention Miami's not that bad of a winter destination, and thus I became a proud Golden Panther. One of the first people I met on a visit to FIU my senior year was Dr. Rosa Jones. At the time, I wasn't that familiar with the organization around here, but since her picture appeared in my housing brochure, I knew she was a pretty important person. Hence, imagine my surprise when I received a phone call from her at my home in Tennessee asking me to take part in freshman convocation that fall. So after moving in at FIU a day later than intended, thank you Hurricane Katrina, I found myself as the last leg in that ceremonial FIU torch relay enacted each year at convocation. Entering FIU, I had a full academic scholarship, was admitted to the Honors College, and joined the FIU men's basketball team. Fast forward a few years and I'm back at freshman convocation, this time as a junior and an invited student speaker. There I entreated freshmen to get involved, make the most out of their college experience, and use FIU as a launching pad to launch the rest of their lives. Subsequently, I made my best effort to practice what I preached, and by taking leadership positions, in student organizations, including serving as president of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. In NSCS, I led FIU students into local high schools to mentor and encourage kids to pursue higher education, especially in math and science. In the Student Government Association, I served 2 years as a special projects director. In addition, I began an undergraduate research career under Dr. Masood Sajadi in the field of high performance and grid computing as part of the REU and Ronald E. McNair post-baccalaureate achievement programs. Perhaps my greatest accomplishment in all of this while playing basketball and maintaining a strong GPA in engineering was managing to get some sleep. Still though, the most rewarding parts of my FIU experience were the various research and industry internship opportunities that I was able to take advantage of. In the spring of my sophomore year, I met recruiters from the Wall Street Investment Bank, Goldman Sachs, and an FIU career fair. I thought, an investment bank at a technical career fair. Interesting. It turns out that Goldman's technology division is a big part of their business, and judging by recent headlines, business is good these days. My work was in developing automated testing tool for the firm's e-communication surveillance application. Imagine a very powerful application, Google searching your email, your instant messaging, and yes, even your company-issued cell phone text messages to make sure you weren't sharing trade secrets. This past summer, I spent developing a new engine and airframe simulator using the testing, upgrading, and maintenance of one of the onboard computers for the U.S. Air Force's A-10 Thunderbolt aircraft at the Southwest Research Institute in San Antonio, Texas. And in the summer of 2008, for the first time, 18 FIU and FAU engineering students were afforded fully sponsored research internships at universities and computing centers across the globe. For me, being born in rural Tennessee, it was my first time out of the country as I traveled to the Barcelona Supercomputing Center in Spain. While at the BSC, I worked with resident researchers as well as collaborators from across the globe on application performance profiling and prediction in the grid computing environment. In a nutshell, our main case study was to increase the timeliness and accuracy of hurricane forecasts, a topic very dear to our hearts here in South Florida. And as you can see by the pictures, on the weekends, thanks to Discount Airlines, I did my best to make the most of my experience traveling to Portugal, France, England, and Italy for a total of 5 countries visited. So where to from here? I hope to obtain a PhD in computer engineering with a research focus in embedded systems such as those on board air and spacecraft. Following this, I plan to acquire some industry experience and then start and build a multifaceted engineering research and development firm with the objective of advancing technology for industry and society as a whole. Finally, I plan to return to higher education to give back through teaching and mentoring. I've gained valuable knowledge and character qualities from my FIU experience that have shaped my desires and prepared me to be an entrepreneur and an innovator. I've gained focus and determination from my time as a student athlete, leadership and management ability from my tenure as an officer in student organizations, the ability to think independently as well as solve problems as a team from my undergraduate research experience, and project management and professionalism from research and industry internships. So why FIU? I say because it afforded me an experience of a lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you.